30-pound pressure gauges are the go-to for low-pressure gas line tests because they match the typical 6-pound per square inch test pressure to 1/5 of the gauge range, giving accurate, repeatable readings and meeting code requirements. For a reliable pressure test on natural gas and liquid petroleum propane lines, use a 30-pound gauge calibrated to at least 2% full-scale accuracy and pair it with a regulator or test gauge manifold set to 6 pounds per square inch. That 1:5 ratio prevents parallax and quantization error and lets you resolve tenths of a pound when monitoring for slow leaks. Isolate the section under test with ball valves and install a properly sized test cock or capped T between the isolation valve and the appliance or meter to avoid trapped volume misreads. Purge to remove air first, so you are testing with gas or an inert fill that matches system compressibility. Apply a measured pressure rise and watch for pressure decay over a specified hold period. Commonly a minimum of 10 minutes for small runs and longer for larger volumes, and convert drop rate to leak size using Boyle's law for predictable sizing if needed. Use a soap solution and a bubble tube for immediate pinpointing on fittings after a positive decay, but for micro leaks, employ a heated electronic leak detector set for combustible gas sensitivity and zeroed under field conditions. Temperature changes matter. Correct readings for a shift greater than 5 degrees Fahrenheit by recording initial and final temperatures and applying the ideal gas correction. Do not mistake thermal contraction for leaks. Always secure the gauge with a diaphragm protector when testing with oxygenated or oily environments, and torque fittings to manufacturer specs to avoid damaging threads, which can introduce false leaks. Document test start pressure, hold time, and final pressure, plus gauge serial number and calibration date, for code inspections and warranty claims. One of the biggest issues is using an oversized gauge, which causes poor resolution and missed micro leaks. Fix it by matching test pressure to a gauge with a range about 5 times the test pressure, for example, using a 30-pound gauge for 6 pounds per square inch. One of the common mistakes is ignoring temperature correction and misreading pressure decay as a leak. Fix that by recording ambient temperature at start and finish, and applying a simple ideal gas correction or retesting at stable temperature. One of the frequent problems is omitting proper isolation and trap volume accounting, which gives false positives. Fix it by physically isolating sections with verified shutoffs, bleeding trapped volumes to atmosphere, and then repressurizing to the test pressure before timing. BigHomeProjects.com lists qualified local gas fitters and certified inspectors to help homeowners find trusted contractors for pressure testing and leak repair. The directory also helps contractors get work by connecting their profiles, certifications, and verified reviews with homeowners searching specifically for gas line testing and repair services.